evening, one and all present here. On behalf of Wow Mind and Behavioral Clinic, it is my immense pleasure to welcome you all to this workshop on aids to help children in the autism spectrum to commemorate World Autism Day. So, I welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Ravi Shankar, and all the participants in the session. I'm sure the session will enlighten us with adequate knowledge about autism. Now I invite Ms. Maggie Mai to introduce our speaker for the day.
Yeah. On behalf of Wow Clinic, we are profusely overjoyed to take the privilege to introduce our chief guest of the day, is none other than Dr. Ravi Shankar, correspondent of Authorized Special School and CEO of Rehab Store. He completed his bachelor's degree from Meenakshi College of Occupational Therapy and received a master's degree in SRM College of Occupational Therapy. And he established an NGO named Attitude Trust to provide rehabilitation for rural children at Kanjipuram. He has a local level committee member to support persons with a disability by district differently able welfare office in Kanjipuram district. He also a member in research ethical committee in NetMed, and he started Atra Special School, which is registered and recognized by the state disability offices, from which he has sent 200 students to normal schools, 25 students completed SSLC, and pursuing higher secondary and vocational groups. He is the first person in India to set up Rehab Store, India's first and largest online shop for rehabilitation professionals and differently able persons. It is established source the best rehabilitation products from all over the world and deliver the products at their doorstep. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much for giving me a wonderful introduction about me, Ms. Mahimai. Thank you so much. So my topic is aids to help children with autism spectrum disorder. So first of all, I like to talk some introduction about autism. So I hope you all know about the autism. Almost all professionals in this group. So I don't want to get in depth with that definition and all. Just like I like to go very superficially about that autism and about the autism and its causes and its treatment things. So first I am going to say something about what is autism. Autism spectrum disorder is a term used to describe a group of neurodevelopmental disorder. So autism, the word is not include a single condition. In that autism spectrum disorder, we are having more than 5 different categories. The first one is that autism. The second one is that Asperger syndrome. Then third one is that sensory processing disorder. And fourth one is that Rett syndrome. And the fifth one is that autism spectrum disorder, not otherwise specified. So in autism spectrum disorder or group of disorder with common disabilities in 3 key areas. So the autism spectrum disorder children may have problem in nearly 3 key areas. The first one is the language and communication skill, social awareness and interaction, and the third one is the imaginative play. So most of the autism children who are come under the spectrum disorder, they may have the problem in language and communication skill. So and they may have the problem in social awareness and interaction. So other than that, they may have the problem in imaginative play. So they are preoccupied and all. So we are going to see in depth in the next slide. So what is the causes of autism is unknown, but so many papers support some other causes, like the person who have that allergy or exposure to drugs or vaccination or infection or certain food allergies, lack of vitamin D, and refrigerated mother. It means freezing mother, frozen mother, like that. And other than that, genetic factors, prenatal disability, or use of psychiatric drugs or stress at the time of caring. So these are the causes which have that idea of some other publications in some other journals. So after that, the autism affects family in all races, cultures all around the world. So initially, it's a belief that autism will occur only in that high status group peoples, but it's a wrong belief. So autism will affect all the races and cultures all around the world. So I'm going to go on the next slide. What are the signs of autism? So initially I told that the, autism children may have the problem in social interaction and communication. So the autism child may have verbal and non-verbal communication issues. So they cannot able to understand or appropriately use that spoken language. They cannot able to appropriately use their gestures. They may not able to maintain their eye contact. They may have problem in facial expressions and tone of voice and expression not meant to taken literally. We cannot able to understand their expressions. So, and the next point, they have problem in their emotions. So the children with autism cannot able to recognize others' emotions and intention. So they cannot able to recognize their own emotions. They are not able to express their emotions. These are the some signs about autism. So, on the next point, we are going to see that bizarre and repetitive behavior. So, the children with autism may have repeated body movements like rocking, flapping, and spinning. And same like that, repetitive motion with objects. They, example, they usually spin that wheels and flip and shake the sticks. These kind of behaviors we can see with the children with autism. And some ritualistic behaviors are present in that children with autism. These are the bizarre and repetitive behavior signs of autism. And most of the autism children may have that sensory issues and motor issues. We are going to see in depth about that sensory issues and motor issues in that further slides. So when does autism appears? So when can we able to identify the children have that autism problem? So most of the cases we can find that autism symptoms at the age of 18th month. Most commonly, we used to diagnose the children with autism at the age of 3 years. In the clinical setup, we cannot be able to get the case at the age of 18 month. So most of the parents miss that golden time. So I like to say that the golden time is between the 18th month to 3 years. If we identify that a child at the age of before the age of 3 months, we can able to do so many changes in that children with autism. We can able to make the child near normal. I mean to say 95% normal if we identified or diagnosed at the age before the age of 3 years. And some cases we can see some regressions. So the child may attain normal developmental milestones up to the age of some like 2 to 3 years. After that, the child will stop using that language and the child may not play with the peers. Before that, the child may play with the peer group and all. So after that, after a certain period, the child stop to play with the peer groups and the child stop to communicate with their parents and communicate with their peer groups. So in some conditions like Rett syndrome, the child develop up to we can find the normal development up to the certain age. After that, the child stop that stop using that language, play, and social skills. So in that, see, basically I am an occupational therapist, so I am going to speak literally about that occupational therapist perspective. I am not going to talk about the neurologist perspective or speech therapist perspective or psychologist perspective. So here I am going to talk only about the occupational therapist perspective. So in our occupational therapies, we used to see the child with autism in mostly focused on the sensory use. So in our sensory, in our sensory integration, the five senses are more important. The first one is an auditory, the second one is vestibular, and third one is tactile, and fourth one is proprioception, and fifth one is visual. If these senses are integrated in a proper manner, we can get an normal behavior. For example, if a child wants to talk normally, his auditory and vestibular should be integrated. It's not said by me, it's said by GNAS. If a child want to concentrate on their education, so the child, the vestibular, tactile, and proprioception, these three senses should be integrated properly. If these three senses integrated properly, means the child will concentrate concentrate like a normal. For example, most of the autism children may not concentrate, may not show that their attention towards a particular activity, or some child may not maintain an eye contact. I said in an earlier itself. So if according to the GNAS theory, if a child have proper integration between vestibular and vision, the child eye contact will develop. It's just in theory. So like that. So the first five senses are more important. The first one is auditory, vestibular, tactile, proprioception, and vision. So I hope everybody knows what is auditory. It's a sound sense. Vestibular means balancing sense. Tactile means touch sense. Proprioception means it's an intercortical sense. Like, for example, what is proprioception means? Just I am closing my eyes. I can able to say what is the position of my and what is the position of my elbow. So the person who have problem in proprioceptive senses, that person may not able to say their joint position sense. That is proprioception. So vision, it's a common word. So you may all know about vision or intelligence. So it's a common one. The next, I'm going to say about what is olfactory and gustation. Olfactory means smell sense. Gustation means taste. So in years, avoided this olfactory and gustation sense in this. He only focused about that auditory, vestibular, tactile, proprioception, and vision. After her, Dr. Wilbur had continued her theory. So he only included olfactory and gustation in this sensory integration theories. I'm not going to talk much more about the sensory integration. Just I am giving you a superficial idea. So I'm going to move on the next slide. So in the occupational therapist treatment, we never say it as a treatment plan. And what we are giving is a sensory diet. So initially itself, I told you that we have proper integration means we will give you an adaptive response. If the senses are not integrated properly, means we have to give the diet from outside. So the treatment plan is we used to say it is a sensory diet. The definition of sensory diet is the sensory diet is a carefully designed, personalized activity plan that provides the sensory input. A person needs to stay focused and organized throughout the day. For example, if you are sitting in a room for such a long time, so you are you are observing in class or you are listening in class. If it is boring, means what will you do? You cannot automatically you will yawn, or otherwise you will automatically you will shake your leg to maintain your focus on that particular class. So here I am going to talk about the proprioceptive diets. So in proprioceptive diets, most of the occupational therapists are divided that activities into heavy work activities and light work activities. So I like to say that treatment will for autism children, play is the only way to provide our diet to that particular kids. So play is the one of the mode, not one of the mode. It is the mode to provide treatment to the diet to that child. So first we are going to see what proprioceptive diets. In the proprioceptive diets, we are again divided into heavy work activities and light work activities. So what is heavy work activities means the child have to take much more pressure on their joints. For example, I like to say some activities like bear walk, bunny hop, cliff climb, commando crawl, crab walk, elephant walk, and the tug of war. Are some of the heavy work activities. So these heavy work activities are again classified into subclasses like pulling and pushing. Example for the pulling and pushing, tug of war. Or tug of war is one example, and another example is pushing a bureau or pushing a heavyweight object. And next, climbing. I hope climbing example, climbing on a rope ladder or climbing on a cliff climbing. The next heavy work activity is hanging. So hanging on a trapeze bar is an excellent example for that heavy work activity. And crawling, like a commando walk or crab walk are example for that crawling. Weight bearing example for the weight bearing activity is wheelbarrow walking is an appropriate example for the weight bearing activity. And carrying any heavy weight is some example for that heavy work activity. And throwing a ball or throwing a medicine ball, throwing and catching a heavy weight ball are the some examples for heavy work activities. And next we are going to see about light work activities. Light work activities nothing but a small work like passing a tennis ball or dodging a bean bag is an example for the light work activities. So what are the aids for proprioceptions? So here I have given some aids which commonly used by occupational therapists in their clinic. The first one is the weighted jacket, then second one is a weighted blanket, weighted cuffs, hug roller, medicine ball, treadmill, parachute, playground balls, the cricket ball, tennis ball are some of the examples for playground balls. And resistant band, like the example for the resistant bands are TheraBand, TheraTube, and these are the some examples for the resistant band. So these are the common used aids for proprioception in occupational therapy clinics. So in the next slide, I am showing some pictures for that. So I hope the first one is the hug roller, which I have mentioned here now. Hug roller is an excellent tool to provide vestibular sense, tactile sense, and pressure sense. So this is the common used tool in an occupational therapist clinic. The next one is an barrel. Barrel is an excellent tool for occupational therapy to give supine flexion and prone extension, and most of the occupational therapists use this barrel for kids to crawl inside of the barrel. So another one is a jump and play. Initially I forgot to say about one thing. So occupational therapists never give a single sense. So their work is to integrate 2 senses or 3 senses or 5 senses. For example, if you want a child to improve their attention, means that occupational therapists give activities which include proprioception and vestibular. So if he planned for an attention, he used to select jump and play. So in this jump and play, the child used to jump on this rubber tube. So that at the time, what happened is the vestibular stimulation is vestibular sense is you are stimulating the vestibular sense and the proprioceptive sense. So jump and play is an external tool to stimulate proprioceptive sense. The another one is, and the trampoline is somewhat equal to the jump and play. Body sock is somewhat equal to that hug bag. The hug bag and body socks are somewhat common thing, which used by occupational therapists in their clinic. And I told about the weighted jacket now. So there are some protocols to wear this weighted jacket. So for example, if the child is 20 kg, thank you. So if the child is 20 kg means we have to give 2 kg of weighted jacket. And the next one is an weighted cuff. And this is the example for this is a resistant band, and this is a medicine ball. This is a kettle. So these things. Next, we are going to see a vestibular diet. So in an occupational therapy clinic, most of the activities are spinning, swings, rolling, sliding, riding, upside down, and jumping. These are the activities which given by the occupational therapist in their clinic. What are the 8 speeds? The swings, scooter board, walking chair, balance board, balance beam, ladder, trampoline, playground items. In some playground, we can able to see that swing and all. No, these are the some vestibular sense aids which used by occupational therapists in their clinic. So here I have shown some pictures of swings. The disc swing, T swing, ball swing. There are so many kinds of swings. The each and every swings have some properties. So the occupational therapists know about the properties. They are the eligible person to use this device and use these tools. So if you want to use these tools, you have to consult an occupational therapist and get proper information from them to use it properly in your phone. Like same like that. The ladders are so many kinds of ladders. So these ladders have their separate have their own properties. So if you want to use this ladder, you have to consult with your occupational therapist and use it properly. So these are the some aids like scooter board, balance board pad, and wobble board, equilibrium board, like that. We are having so many different kind of balance and equilibrium things. So these are the balance beams and figure of 8 beams. These are the aids which are used by the occupational therapist in their clinic to enhance the proprioceptive and proprioceptive and vestibular senses. So next we are going to see that tactile sense. The aids which used by occupational therapists in their clinics are non-toxic paints, the watercolors, and some sticky paints. No, these are the tactile aids which used by the occupational therapist in their clinic. Texture mat, sensory ball pool, sensory bean bag, sensory garden, therapeutic, stuffed toys, clay, slime, magic sand. These are the some aids used by the occupational therapist in their clinic. So these are the images. This is the ball pool. The ball pool is the ball which is filled by the ball. Somewhat ball pool we can able to use it. We can able to provide tactile sense, proprioceptive sense, and vestibular sense. All the 5 senses we can able to give to all the kids. And this is the slime, this is therapeutic, and this is the magic sand. These are the aids used by the occupational therapist. And the other sense is the vision and smell. Here I include both vision and smell. These are the aids: sunglasses, blindfolds, visors, torchlight, fluorescent drawing, disco light, bubble tube, infinity mirror, blue LEDs. So what is the purpose of using that sunglass for the children with autism means most of the children have hypersensitive light. At the time, the occupational therapist use the sunglass to filter much more light getting into their eyes. Like blindfold. Blindfold is excellent aid to stop getting the sensory vision and use proprioceptive to stimulate proprioceptive senses. Like that, each and every aid have their own properties. So according to the child need, they According to the child, the occupational therapist prescribe a particular aid to that child. Like next, we are going to see about aid for smell. So same like that, common scent and fragrances and fragrant flowers. Likewise, we have a separate smell box. It's the most common. We can find the smell box in Amazon or in rehab store. In the smell box, we are having so many, nearly 3 to 4 fragrances in the box. So to stimulate the child's olfactory abilities, olfactory sense. Sorry. Next, we are going to see about the taste and breathe. So the common aids are food textures. So the occupational therapist provide different food textures to the child to stimulate or to desensitize the child's oral functions, oromotor. I like that food taste and temperature. These are some common aids which are available in Help Them Shine website. If you go there, means you can see some chewable necklaces. And next we are going to see about that aids for breath. So if the child have a problem with speech, so at the time the occupational therapist or speech therapist use these aids like whistles, straws, feathers, thermocol granules, and honeys to stimulate their breathing ability. And next one is we are going to see about the auditory sense. So most of the occupational therapists use that earmuffs, headphones, and melodic music to stimulate or enhance their auditory sense. Next, fidgeting movement. So most of the autism child may have that fidgeting movement at the time. To stop their fidgeting and to make their concentration towards an activity, most of the occupational therapists prescribe fidget cubes, fidget wheels, or chewable necklace to improve their attention towards an activity. And we are going to see about the communication devices. So almost all the autism child have communication issues. So these are the common and most famous communication devices used for children with autism. The first one is picture action communication system. This is the thing which is available in Amazon and Rehab Store website. And next one is an AVA software. AVA is a software which most of the autism child use this software to communicate with others. The third one is a clicker software. It's an software which little bit costly when we compare to other softwares. These are the common in India. These are the common things which.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So my question is, sir, how can we help the autistic children to socialize with the other children like normal child?
Sir, if the child have a problem in socialization, first we have I like to say that same we have to evaluate whether the child is in an age of 1 year or 1.5 years or 2 years. If the child in our evaluation, if we found the child is at 1 year, after that we have to check whether the child have any sensory issues. If the child have the sensory issues, we have to first focus on their child's sensory issues along with the child's normal milestone. Have you got it, sir?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I have a question from Deepa Vangar. I like to how are therapies happening during pandemic, since most of it discussed require physical presence. Actually, in our Adhra Special School, we are Zoom is the only mode. But after February, June, July, we have started our clinical sessions. So we are maintaining a proper sanitation and proper social distancing in our special school. Thank you.
Good evening, and all present here. I would like to thank to Dr. Ravishkar. He given a brief introduction about autism, a various perspective of autism. It is thank you for sharing your knowledge. It's a good session, and thank you to Mr. Dilip Baba to organizing kind of program.
Thank you, ma'am.